It's your boy YAHAWAH coming at you with another lesson. But first and foremost, we definitely got to get all praises to the Heavenly Father and the last one, Kodash. We're going to start off by saying, Call, Halayim, La, YAHAWAH, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Ha, Rekah, Kodash, Ma'amah. Definitely want to give double honors to the apostles of GMS and the elders. Definitely want to give honors to my elders, Zaquan, Aharwan, Bang, Yasha, Olive, the Lions Den Kept, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. Shalom to the sincere believers, the sincere Akim and Akwafim that believe in sincerity and in truth. Shalom. Today's lesson is going to be a quick one. It's basically about how Kim Jong-un is ramping up his military might by, trying to, do a mass production of nuclear weapons, right? Because we know that in the end times, all the nations, are gonna, it's gonna be a big nuclear war, basically, right? And these nations are gonna bomb this great whore, which is called America. The daughter of Babylon, the mother of harlots, right? That's America, man, right? So we know the BRICS nations, and is what North Korea is working with the BRICS nations, right? So working with Russia, and now they're finna amp up their production of nuclear weapons, man, so they can all be potentially come against America, right? This article says Kim Jong-un ramps up nuclear weapons production to face United States in new Cold War. It says the UN chief's words have clearly fallen on deaf ears in Pyongyang, where Kim has called for an exponential increase in the production of nuclear weapons. The North Korean leader has now amended his nation's constitution, right? So he basically like changing his constitution, right, to include his policies to expand the country's military nuclear program, and that's wild, right? But that's all coming from the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, right? Hardening the hearts of these kings that rule these nations, man, right? These two guys that you see here, right? Kim Jong Un and your boy Putin, right? And Biden, man, because these are the people that's running the world right now, right? These governments, these kingdoms, should I say? Right? Even though Biden is really like being controlled by by the elite, right? But he's the face of it, right? So the article says the Korean Central News Agency KCNA added that he called on his nations to play a large role in a collective of nations confronting the United States in a new Cold War. As per KCNA, Kim commented during a 2-day session of North Korea's rubber stamp parliament in which he amended the constitution. Right, so it says the assembly gave unanimous approval to a new clause in the constitution to ensure the country's right to extents and development, deter war, and protect regional and global peace by rapidly developing nuclear weapons to a high level, man. Right, so that's the Lord doing that. Right, matter of fact, let's get it. Right, so this is the work of the Lord, man, because this is His movie, man. Right, this is His story, history. This is His story. Right, this is Ecclesiasticus 33:10, and it says, "And all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth. In much knowledge the Lord hath divided them, and made them ways diverse. Some of them hath he blessed and exalted, and some of them he sanctified," right, which would be the elect, right, and set near himself. But some of them hath he cursed, the 2/3, and brought low, and turned out of their places. And that also goes for these other nations as well, man. Right? Esau, Edom, Moab, Ammon, right? He created all men, right? And some of them he sanctified, and he exalted, which can only be the elect, right? And then Israel, 2/3 of Israel, right, is the cursed, right? And brought low, right? Israel as a whole was brought low, at some points, right? But that also goes into nations and kingdoms, right? It says, as the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure. So man is in the hand of him that made him. So right, so we're in his hands, man. Right. We don't do nothing on our own. Kim Jong Un is not doing this on his own. The Lord is amping him up, right? To amp up his production of nuclear weapons, man, to fulfill the prophecies, man, and what Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has told us and through the scriptures. Right? It says, so man is in the hand of him that made him to render to them as like of him best. Good is set against evil, and life against death, man. Right. So the Israelites, right, that's in the book of life, right, that have that life, right, is will be going against the evil as well, which is the kingdom of Moab, the kingdom of Ammon, right? These Asians, right? These Edomites, right, which is the Caucasian race, right? It says good is set against evil, man, right? So the ones who have life is gonna go against the ones that don't have life, man. The ones that are ordained for death, man. It says, so is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly, man. Right, and we see that daily, man. Right, as we out teaching on the highways and byways, man. We see the godly against the sinners, man. And we prophesy against their ass and prophesy against this wicked place, America, man. So it says, verse 15 says, so look upon all the works of the Most High, right, Yahweh, and there are two and two, one against another, right. Right to the article. So as you see, man, this is all this comes from the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. And this is His doing, man. Right, to fulfill His will, right. So like it. It says the Korean Central News Agency added that he called on his nation to play a large role in a collective of nations confronting the United States in a new Cold War. As per KCNA, Kim commented during a 2-day session in North Korea's rubber stamp parliament in which he amended the Constitution. The assembly gave unanimous approval to a new clause in the Constitution to ensure the country's right to extents and development, deter war, and protect regional and global peace by rapidly developing nuclear weapons to a high level, man. So, right, this is like I say, man, this is the Lord, right? You know, allowing Kim Jong Un to rapidly increase their production on these nuclear weapons, man, so they can come against America, man. Right? It says Kim said at the assembly that North Korea's nuclear force building policy has been made permanent as the basic law of the state, which no one is allowed to flout with anything. Right? It says the North Korean leader added his nation needs to push ahead with the work for exponentially boosting the production of nuclear weapons and diversifying the nuclear strike means. Kim went on to accuse the United States, right? And this is the whole point why I wanted to bring this lesson out. Right? It says Kim went on to accuse the United States, South Korea, and Japan of combining to create a threat equivalent to the Asian version of NATO. That boy, that cold boy. He called it the Asian version of NATO, which he described as the root cause of war and aggression. Right. That boy called United States, Japan, and who else was it? The United States, Japan, and South Korea. The Asian NATO. That's This is second Esdras 15 and 46. And thou, Asia, thou art partaker of the hope of Babylon. Right. You see, Kim Jong Un just told the boy, told United States that, they're the United States, Japan, and South Korea are Asian NATO, man. That's Babylon, man. America's Babylon, man. Right. So it says, and thou, Asia, that are partaker of the hope of Babylon, right, which is America today, right, and art the glory of her person, right. So it says, and thou, Asia, South Korea, right, Japan, that are partakers of the hope of Babylon, America, and art the glory of her person. Woe, which means destruction, be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in the lovers which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee, man, right? Which goes into idolatry, right? Them worshiping, praising the false idols, right? And not praising and worshiping Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That goes into the democracy. That goes into their religion, their beliefs, right? Their witchcraft, everything that this second revised Roman Empire is all about, man. Right? They was partakers in that, man. Right? That's why Kim Jong Un told them straight up, man. Like, hey, y'all gonna y'all is the Asian NATO, man. Right? You know, I guess he trying to call them like an Asian beast, right? He says, it says verse 48, thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions, right? All her works, right? Those religions, those their philosophies, right? And their inventions, man. All the wicked inventions that they partake in, man. Um, especially when it comes to like medical, and other inventions as well. We're not gonna get into that. We're just gonna leave it there. Therefore, saith Yahweh, I will send plagues unto thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death, man. Right. So, uh, you see Kim Jong Un is a part of this prophecy, man. Right. It says, I will send plagues upon thee. Right. We see that happening. Widowhood, poverty, famine, and the sword, man. Right. And that sword also goes into ICBMs, man. Right. That's going to be coming from the BRICS nations, right? And North Korea, right? It says, verse 50, right? It says, and the glory of thy power shall be dried up as a flower. The heat shall arise that is sent over thee, man. Right. And that's that going into that fire, man. America gonna be a desolate place, man. Right. And these other nations are gonna be desolate, are gonna get hit as well. They're gonna catch some destruction as well, man. Right. For being partakers, man, with this horror, man. Right. As I said, Asia is gonna receive, right, plagues, right, famine, poverty, right, destruction. Right, and you see Japan been getting hit with tsunamis, man, for years, man. Right, the Lord been tapping into that destruction, man. Been bringing death upon them, right? And South Korea, man. South Korea done got hit with a lot of stuff, man. Just the beef they got with North Korea is a major pestilence, man. That's the bacteria eating away at their ass, man. Right, instead of messing with them, right? Um, it says, and the glory of thy power shall be dried up as a flower, man. Right? Japan. They always like to. Uh, I want to say it's the lotus flower, but I could be wrong. I'm just this off the top of the dome right now. So, but when you're dealing with Japan, you always see, or is it the cherry blossom? But they always dealing with some type of pink flower or something like that, man. But it's just funny to me, man, that that flower is gonna be dried up, man. Because that's what I think about when I think about samurais and stuff like that. They fighting, on the TV screen, and you see rose blossom, cherry blossom petals falling, and they jumping off from petal to petal, all that's gonna be dried up, bro. All that imagination, man, y'all gonna be brought low, man, and y'all gonna after the little bit of destruction y'all go through when Judgment Day come, man, y'all are going to worship in truth, sincerely and in truth, man. Y'all ain't gonna have no choice. All nations will bow down to you, to YAHAWAH, man. Right, right. So even Kim Jong Un knows, man, about the destruction of why the destruction is coming to America, man. Just like he said, man. Asia version of NATO, which he described as the root cause of war and aggression, man. Right? They are the root cause of this destruction that's coming, man. They are the root cause of this war and aggression from the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, right? Because it's their wickedness, man, that they have, pushed upon all these other nations, man. Right? Matter of fact, which is Jeremiah 25:13, right? Because all nations will drink of this cup, man. Right? And we know the Lord doesn't change, man. So a lot of times prophecies, happens, you know, in the ancient time it happened, and then it's gonna pretty much happen again in our times, man. Right? In today's time. Jeremiah 25:13, it says, "And I will bring upon that land all my words which I have pronounced against it, even all that is written in this book, which Jeremiah hath prophesied against all the nations. For many nations and great kings shall serve themselves of them also, and I will recompense them according to their deeds and according to the works of their own hands." Right. So, um, you know, they got a judgment coming their way basically because of all of their works and their deeds, man, falling behind this wicked ass devil Esau Edom, right? And which is the philosophies of America that came from Rome. Right? It says, "For many nations and great kings shall serve themselves of them also, and I will recompense them according to their deeds and according to the works of their hands. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua." All right, Salaki. "For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, power of Israel, unto me, take the wine cup of this fury at my hand, and cause all nations to whom I send thee to drink it, and they shall drink and be moved and be mad because of the sword that I will send among them." Right. So they have no choice but to drink this cup, man. Right. To dwell in the wickedness of Esau Edom, man. Right. Of this second revised Roman Empire, man. This great whole America, they had no choice, right? They was gonna drink. "For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, power of Israel, unto me, take the wine cup of this fury at my hand, and cause all the nations to whom I will send thee to drink, and they shall drink and be moved and be mad because of the sword that I will send among them." Right, Yahweh Shai. "Then took I the cup at the Lord's Yahweh's hand, and made all the nations to drink, unto whom the Lord Yahweh have sent me, to wilt Jerusalem and the cities of Judah and the kings thereof and the princes thereof, to make them a desolation and astonishment and hissing and a curse, as it is this day." Right, and it just goes on until listing the kings, right, the kings of Egypt. But I'm not gonna go into all that. I'm gonna skip down a little bit. The kingdom of Edom, kingdom of Moab, kingdom of Ammon, Tyrus, right? And all them kingdoms are still here today, right? And it says, verse 25, "And all the kings of Zamir, and all the kings of Elam, and all the kings of the Medes, and all the kings of the north fall far and near, one with another, and all the kingdoms of the world which are upon the face of the earth." Right? All the kingdoms, man. "And the king of Sheshach," I always say that, Sheshach, "shall drink after them. Therefore thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the power of Israel, drink ye and be drunken, and spew, and fall and rise no more because of the sword which I will send among you." Right, man. All these kings, man, will fall. And they gonna fall in. They gonna fall in line, right? But they got a destruction they gotta go through first. right? They because they drunk of that cup, man. The Lord made them drink of that cup of the philosophies of Esau Edom, man. Right? This whole America. And verse 28, right, it says, "And it shall be, if they refuse to take the cup at thy hand to drink, then shalt thou say unto them, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, ye shall certainly drink. For lo, I begin to bring evil on the city which is called by my name, and should ye be utterly unpunished, yea, shall not be unpunished." You ain't being unpunished. "For I will call for a sword upon all the inhabitants of the earth, saith the Lord Yahweh, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. Like it. Therefore prophesy against them all these words, and say unto them, the Lord Yahweh shall roar from a high," right? He's gonna roar from high, man, "and utter his voice from his holy habitation. He shall he shall mightily roar upon his habitation. He shall give a shout as they that tread the grapes against all in the inhabitants of the earth." Right, man. That's Yahweh Shai and his legion of angels and the elect, right? Coming to put things in order, man. Put to destroy a lot and to put the rest in order, right? Once Yahweh Shai thrust in his sickle, right? Because he's gonna be beaming. It's literally gonna be like lasers being shot from his palms, man. Lasers shot from the chariots, man. Right? As them bombs are hitting, as them ICBMs are hitting all these nations and tearing America ass up, right? The saints are gonna be with the angels in Yahweh Shai, man. Right? Bringing forth that wrath that Yahweh ordained for us to do, man. Right? This is it's his wrath, man. Right? It says against all the inhabitants of the earth. Right? Kim said, "This is just the worst actual threat, not threatening rhetoric or an imaginary entity." The North Korean leader urged his diplomats to further promote solidarity with the nation standing against the U.S. and the West's strategy for hegemony. Slovakia. The Supreme People's Assembly meetings came after in the wake of Kim's visit to Russia earlier this month. The trip sparked concern in the West on a possible arms alliance between the two rogue nations, prompting fear North Korea would provide Russia with munition for its war on Ukraine in exchange for advanced weapons technology, man. Right. So as you see, man, Kim ain't playing around, bro. Like Kim basically straight up just said, man, like they are the threat to the world, man. Right. And they been that, man. He just not starting to see it, right? Because the Lord is using him, right, to get ready for this mass destruction, right? But the Lord is he Kim Jong Un basically seeing like, dang, but these are the wicked. America is the wicked that runs the world, man. Right, the same philosophies that made all these other nations be a part of, man. All right, and this stuff got to go. Right, the BRICS nations see it, Kim Jong Un see it, right. But that's the Lord, using them, right, to ultimately set us um in high, right, and bring us out of this low state of mind that we're in, right, and this low state that we're in, Slacky, right, to put us back in order, man, right, being in order under Yahweh Shai, right, then the disciples, and then us, man, right. So that's the order, and we're gonna put all these other nations in check, right. But we kept messing up, just like Ezra's 9:1, right? But that's a full story. But it's basically the same thing, man, that we kept doing over and over and over and over again, man. Matter of fact, this is Ezra 9:1, and it reads, "Now when these things were done, the princes came to me, saying, The people of Israel and the priests and the Levites have not separated themselves from the people of the land, doing according to their abominations," right? "Even of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, the Ammonites, the Moabites, the Egyptians, and the Amorites. For they have taken of their daughters for themselves and for their sons, so that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands, man. Right, so that's the same thing we was doing since the since we seen the women uh of the other nations in Genesis, man, and we decided to lay down with them, right? And that's we continue to still do that throughout history, man. Mingling with the wicked nation, mingling with the ones we want that he told us not to mingle with, man. But we liked them daughters, man. We loved the look of their daughters, man. We want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have that urge as men, to want to lay down with women, right? And then we see something fine, man, we got to have it. And that's, we've been making that mistake since the beginning of time, even all the way up to today, man. Right. And then that leads us to, messing up, man, where we start, falling into the philosophies and the ways of these other nations, man. Right. It says, so that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people, right? We're the holy seed. Israel is the holy seed, right? It says, and that mingled themselves with the people of those lands. Yea, the hand of the princes and rulers have been chief in this trespass. And when I heard these things, I rent my garment and my mantle and plucked off the hairs of my head and of my beard and sat down astonished. Right, and that's how we feel now, right? when we're out in the highways and byways teaching, man, and we see our people walk by and we're trying to wake them up to this truth and bring them back to YAHAWAH Shem Yahushua, right? Because that's what it's all about, bringing the Negroes, Latinos, and Natives American and the speckled bird back to YAHAWAH Shem Yahushua, man, bringing the elect in, right? So it says, and when I heard these things, I rent my garment and my mantle and plucked off the hairs of my head and off my beard and sat down astonished, right, man? Because, we don't technically do all of that, but we feel that spiritually, though, if you get what I'm saying, man. We feel that way spiritually, man. It's almost like, when we see our people that continue to do the same thing that we've been doing since the beginning of time, the same thing that we've been getting in trouble with. Like with the Lord been getting on the ass about this, and it's like a hard head make a soft ass, man. Like we know what's going on, we know what's finna happen to the 2/3, right? But spiritually, when we see our people like that, man, we it kind of hurt us, even though we know they got to go through it, just like we know Yahushua had to go through it, to for the elect. So it's like we know they got to go through it, but it's still, it hurts us to see our people in such a effed up state, man. And I just look at my people like, damn, boy, y'all still following the ways, what I'm saying, of Esau, Edom, man. You still following the ways of the Canaanites, man. You still following the ways of the Moabites, man. Worshiping all these, Baalim, right, which is just mean deities, man, right? But Molech, the name JC, um Buddha, I mean not Buddha, so like, but yeah, Buddha too. All these fake deities, man. The golden calf, man. All of these go back to Baalim, man. False deities, man. Period. And by us being partakers of with these other nations, man, we tend to pick up the bad habits that they had, man. Which is being an idolater, man, being an adulterous person and committing idolatry. Right, and our Heavenly Father is sick of it, man. He been sick of it. That's why he say he gonna it's a sword of destruction coming y'all way, man. 2/3, man. Because 2/3 today is still doing the same thing as they was doing back then, man. Following the ways of these other nations. Right. This is Revelation 17:1, and it reads, and there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore America, that sitteth upon many waters, man. Man, as you see, man, America sits upon many waters, man. Minty. You got the Gulf of you got the Gulf, you got North. You got the Pacific, the Atlantic. Right, well, it's many. We are surrounded by minty waters, man. Minty. It says, "I will show unto thee judgment of the great whore, man, that sitteth upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication." Right, which, as we just read, the Lord made them drink from that cup. Right, He made them learn the ways and follow the ways of the second revised Roman Empire, man, Esau, Edom, right, and their wicked philosophies. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns, man. Right, and as you know, that already goes into America being that whore that set upon the scarlet colored beast, man. Right, and Esau, I mean Salakia, and NATO and the EU, right, being partakers of this great whore, which is America, man, and their philosophies, their democracy, right, and their idolatry, right. This is why they have a sword destruction coming their way, right. It says, and it, as you keep reading, it goes into the destruction of what's going to come upon America, right. That's ran by these Edomites, right. Idumea. Right. So I'm gonna end it there, man. I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to say Shalom and DTA.